Hey everybody, it's Robot here from Vespa Motorsport and ScooterWest.com. So today I'm going to show you how to start accessorizing your new 2023 Vespa GTS 300 HPE2 as we like to call it. So here we got a Verde Relax GTS HPE 2023 model, has no accessories on it. It needs something. This scooter's already got some nice chrome on it. We're going to go ahead and put the Piaggio original front rack. This is a GTS 13 PA-HP. You can find this on the ScooterWest.com website. And the original Vespa folding rack for the rear. And this is a GTS 24 PA. So it's the same model that's been fitting all the GTS is pretty much the same. The front rack's pretty unique for the HPE model, so make sure you get the correct one. You got the folding rack. The best part about this is it can also accommodate a factory top case. If you buy the top case, which is a GTS 35N, it'll come with all the hardware to bolt it to this. For the front rack, you don't get the clip, but it folds down. You put your Mexican blanket on there. You can put your 30 pack. You put a gym bag. And you can also buy one of the clips to hold it down. You can use the clip that's included with the rear rack. So let's get right to it. Everyone wants to see this get installed. Let's start with the front. All right, so I have a T25 Torex driver. I have one of the trim tools on the Scooter West web store. Tool trim, pretty easy to find, really inexpensive. A lot better than jabbing a screwdriver in here. So you get one of those plastic trim tools and just give the badge a little pry and it will pop right off. So you got the badge off. Keep in mind, I am working on that badge from the left side. So underneath the badge, you got a single Torex screw. T25 driver will pull that little screw out. Keep track of that screw. And here's when you got to get medieval with it. You just got to give it a little pull. If it's stubborn, you pull from the bottom. And just to show you what's under here, there's 3 of these snap clips, or gripper clips as I like to call them, that snap into these 3 points. So now that you've pulled the front off, you want to take your T30 Torex driver, go ahead and remove this single screw from the top. Zip that screw out of here. So just leave that out. There's a bracket behind there that does hold the glove box in place. And the next part you're going to want to take apart is you're going to want to put this longer. There's going to be 3 spacers that look just like this. 2 short ones that are identical and then this long one. So right in this hole, you got to feel your way around and go ahead and thread that in. Do it by hand because this is pretty fragile. And go ahead and torque that part. You can put a little Loctite on the threads if you want as well. And just give it a little pinch right there. If you're going to torque with a torque wrench, it's very low. It's like 7.5 foot-pounds. Don't over torque it because they will break. The next step is you have your horn cover. And if you look really carefully, there's a little circle right up here, right above where the badge goes. A little circle there. And there's a divot right below this little gripper clip. So what you want to do is get a step drill that's got the indications on it. You could drill to about 1/2 inch or even 9/16 inch, 14 millimeters. It's kind of a good measurement for that. But you can do a 1/2. Don't go any further than 9/16, so go ahead and drill that out. So just like that, you can get these kind of bits at like Harbor Freight or Home Depot, online, pretty easy to find. Go ahead and clean the thing and only drill from the backside because you don't want to chip the paint. And you end up with 2 nice holes in both those the divot down here and the circle if you center it. So at this point, we're going to snap this thing right back in place. So now that we got the holes drilled, and you can see it lines up pretty good there. So you can go ahead and put the screw that's right behind the badge back in place, same screw. And send that screw back in, the T25 Torex driver. The badge, pretty much, I'm standing in front of the scooter, you got the right side. stick the right side in, then snap the left side in, and it snaps right back in place. So the next step, you want to find the 2 other spacers that are included with the rack kit. You have these little rubber cones. Go ahead and slide those onto this. And if you have any problem with it, you put a little dish soap on it or whatever. Go ahead and slide it all the way on. Don't worry if it folds over. So kind of slide it pretty far towards the front. So both of them are just like that. And go ahead and locate that spacer that you thread in the first step. Just thread it in by hand. And then the upper one, just thread it right into that bracket. It's right behind that badge there. And of course, don't just go to town with power tools or anything on this. You want to do them by hand. Take your 13mm socket again. Just a little pinch. I would even torque these less, maybe 5 foot-pounds all you need on them. Just a little bit. Blow some of the shavings off. And see these old rubber caps? Just push them against the bodywork, and that kind of finishes it off, makes it look nice. Now locate the 2 screws. You got a long one and a short one. You have these like little dome washers. The dome kind of faces the outside, so set those 2 screws up. Get your 4mm Allen driver, and you may want to have somebody help you with this because you don't want to drop the rack and let it slide down the bodywork. So start with the shorter screw on the top. Hold the rack in place, thread it in. Make sure it's got a couple threads so it stays in place, and then go to the bottom one. There we go, pretty simple install there. And you got a pretty cool front classic folding rack right there. So tightening these with a 4mm Allen driver. If you have one of those set of Allen keys that comes with all the sizes, that will work as well. Obviously it's a little easier with this T-handle thing. Don't want to use any power tools for this kind of job. Go between the 2 and just snug them tight, you know, maybe 5 or 6 foot-pounds. Maybe ride the scooter around for 100 miles and then double check again, make sure both those are tight. You don't want the rack falling off. So there's your front rack all installed, and you can get this clamp here, and it works as well for the front. That comes with the rear. Even better yet, you can get the metal clamp on the Scooter West web store, available in chrome, red, and black. The metal one holds it in place. If you're gonna tie something down to it, you can put just regular bungees or tie downs, whatever. It does have a capacity max load of 4 kilograms, so maybe 9 pounds, 10 pounds at the most is what the recommended is. I can attest they're a lot stronger than that. I've seen people with 25 pounds with spare tire and gas on it, and they're going down the Dalton Highway and they hold up just fine. I'm not saying overload your scooter, but it will hold it if needed, if you're going to do some serious touring. All right, now let's move on to the rear rack. All right, pretty simple to remove the grab handle. So go ahead and open your seat. Pull this bucket right out. And you got this little plastic chrome cover right here. Go ahead and remove the single screw. It's just a regular Phillips screwdriver. Do the trick, pull that little screw out. And at this point, you have 4 screws to remove. All right, so go ahead and remove all these screws. This is a T30 Torx driver. Just like on the front, we use the T25 for that badge. You have 2 screws right here on this gas cap. You got the 2 Allen keys, but there's 2 Torx screws. And they all have the same washer, they're all the same length. Don't be surprised if they're difficult to get out. Even from the factory, sometimes it kind of, the threads are a little bit bungered up. So go ahead and get all 4 screws out. And now you gotta be extra careful, because if you slip, you're gonna scratch the bodywork of the scooter. So pretty much, I'm holding this, have my fingers under here, and go ahead and lift this plastic and slip one side of that rack out, and then go ahead and lift the other side, and then pull the rack away from the scooter. You don't wanna be grinding these against the bodywork of the scooter. And if you had any difficulty removing the screws, as I did with the one, I would recommend investing in a tap and die set, a metric tap and die set. So on this tap handle, you don't necessarily need the tap handle. It's kind of a nice thing to have, but I have a 6mm tap, and there's several different styles of them, but make sure it starts straight. There's 3 different basic styles of taps, but it doesn't really matter. When you're just chasing threads, you can use any of them. Don't drive this too far because the fuel tank's not too far behind there. But always a good idea if you're having difficulty with the screws, don't just keep on driving the screw in and damage the threads on both the screw and the bodywork even further. So at this point, you can blow that off with compressed air and then do the same for this one. Not a bad idea to invest in this kind of tool. You just never know. I could tell this is the one I had some difficulty pulling out. So, and right now I'm cutting the threads. If you're having difficulty cutting the threads, go back and forth. A lot of times you go in, a whole turn back a half, in, and just repeat, you know, anywhere where it's difficult. I'm not working it too much and go much further. And you can of course test the screws, make sure they all fit before you put the rack on, because when you have the rack on, sometimes the holes aren't even perfect. So you gotta, you're fighting against a hole that's not perfectly aligned and maybe a slightly boogered up thread. So you should get those metal shavings off there. But I think we should be good. You got the rear rack. This does weigh a little bit more, so make sure you are holding it with your hands. Just like removing it, go ahead and lift the plastic. If you want to make it a little easier, you could even loosen those screws. So, and keep on holding it and have your screws ready and your driver. So you don't want to let this drag around on the bodywork. And the idea here is just get everything started. Don't go to town and send any of these screws home. Again, with a T30 Torx driver. So just get them all started and make sure you're going straight in there. If you have any, if there's any binding of the screw, just stop and see what you're doing wrong. So let's see what's going to go on with. This is the buggered up one, and I can already tell the hole doesn't even line up. So that's why when I leave everything loose. So make sure you get that in straight. We're doing good so far. That one's almost all the way in, and then the last one got our home run. So I got first, second, third base, and the 4th screw. Send that one home. So everything's in place. If you want to adjust a little bit, now just go between all 4 of these screws and tighten them down. If you're going to use a torque wrench on it, they don't need to be all that tight. Maybe 5 or 6 foot-pounds is all you need on these. And they do have that little star washer that helps lock them in place, keeps them from backing out. And there we have it. Pretty straightforward, simple accessory install. Go back around. It wouldn't be a bad idea to double check all those at a later date. After you take the scooter on a couple test rides, go and drop the bucket back in place. Pet carrier. Drop your rack, make sure the seat still latches, and let's see how this all works. So, got that little snap clip that comes with it, folds it down in place. If you're gonna put the accessory top case, I have several videos that hasn't changed. You want to pop these little caps out. It comes with a whole different set of brackets to mount the physical top case on it. You can even store this just like that. Keep that in place if you want the rack up. One thing, the care and feeding for your chrome. There's not really any feeding, but it just sounds like something fun to say. You want to keep up the chrome. I see scooters that have been just left out on the coast here in San Diego for 3 years, and this stuff was pitted and nasty. Just spend 1 time a year and just put a coat of regular automotive wax. Alternatively, you could use silicone spray, which is like in spray can. It's like actually a lubricant, but you just spray it down. It doesn't really hurt anything else, and then wipe it off. And that keeps this chrome looking really nice for a very long time. So if you do that once a year, you wax it, it will stay nice and polished up. And I'm using the flannel of my long sleeve to kind of polish it up right now because I got fingerprints on it, and it's just nice shiny chrome. And there's a lot of little tips you could do. You could pop these little things off so you can do a really good job waxing it so you don't have to wax in between the little things. But it doesn't take much effort at all to keep the chrome and bright work of the scooter up. And you can even use wax on things like this plastic chrome trim that's around the taillight. So that's just a little tip. Oh, might as well protect your investment. I see so many people let these things just go, especially in coastal San Diego, California, where we're right on the ocean and the saltwater attacks everything. Kind of like in the Midwest, driving your car through the salty roads. So, hope you found that useful. Pretty simple install accessories. They fit your brand new GTS, HPE2, 2023 or newer model. These two specific accessories will fit the older models. So you talk about the front one will fit all the way back to 2020. This rear rack will fit all the way back to a 2007 GTS 250. It technically will bolt up on a GT 200, but you need a lot more too. I'm not going to go into that. Hope you found that useful. It's Robot here from Vespa Motorsport and ScooterWest.com. Hope you enjoy your ride, and I hope this video helped you out. That's all I want to do. And if you're looking to shamelessly buy some beautiful accessories and parts for your beautiful Vespa, ScooterWest.com. We have you covered. And until next time, Robot here from Vespa Motorsport here in San Diego.